off the champagne bottles and the Hennessy. Oh my goodness. I'm not saying that I wish and I hope and I'm glad that somebody lost their job, but damn it, man, it's time for a new phase right now. And hey, we've been sitting around talking about this for days and ages almost. But man, I'm telling you right now. Hey, now this is the thing. This is the thing right now. All we got to do now is finesse and flex this thing out to the right thing. All we got to do now is play to the strength of the quarterback, play to the strength of the running back, and we get rid of all of this vertical mess. Trust me, if I don't see another dig comeback, button hook route, stop go route, whereas it does not allow the receiver to get open, man, and then on those top plays, I was saying all day long that, hey, Scott Linehan may be a good coordinator. I know for one thing, I can tell you this, he's not a good head coach, I can tell you that. There's nowhere for me to reach and say that. The facts remains the same with that. But I'm telling you right now that this guy, throughout his entire career, he had the likes of when he was on that roster with the Vikings. He had Randy Moss, and then on top of that, when he was coaching the St. Louis Rams, they still had some explosive wide receivers there. And they fired his butt. And then he moved over to the Detroit Lions. He had Megatron. And then you sprinkle in the time that when he first got over here to the Cowboys, he had Desmond Bryant. This guy, Scott Linehan, hey, do that mean Kellen Moore is gone too? Because at this point, the nepotism and the cronyism and all those things is added into one with his philosophy of throwing the ball and being able to be creative is trash. Flat-footed trash. Like I said, when I was doing the film breakdown of Jerry Goff or what have you, when I was looking at that, I was sitting there saying to myself, I know some people in middle school and high school that can make those particular throws because they schemed, they crafted a way so that he can get open. So, we got over here. I'm going to read you all comments. I really appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let's continue to grow this thing. You guys know how this thing go, right? You guys know how this thing flows with everything. I'm going to read you all comments, man. Don't forget, guys, voice your opinion. Voice your thoughts out there of what you feel about this team. Because now moving forward, I can tell you one thing. The creativity is going to be better. I heard some people saying that, okay. It's not Scott Linehan's fault. It's not his fault. It's the quarterback fault. For those who think like that, for those who got that mindset, those who got that mental capacity, for those who got that index of thoughts of saying that it's not the offensive coordinator fault. Trust me when I say this. Well, where the hell did Scott Linehan worked out at? I'm waiting. I'm sitting out here waiting. Where has he been successful at? I'm waiting for you to leave that particular comment. Come on with some facts. Don't be coming around here talking about, oh man, it's not Scott Linehan's fault. It's the quarterback fault. It's da-da-da fault. Come on, man. Not everybody's lying about you. Don't have me to get this thing real deal Holyfield. Not everybody's lying about you. When you got people out here that only been here for 30 seconds and Amari Cooper saying, look, man, the offensive coordinators are not drawing up plays so I can eat. And then on top of that, that same guy that everybody sully and denigrate and throw salt and shade on, Dak Prescott, that same receiver said, you know what, Dak Prescott throw me the best balls. Oh, did he have Derek Carr that everybody elevated and lifted? Oh, did Derek Carr go with the second round draft pick? Was he a second round draft pick? Tell me where Derek Carr numbers are at compared to Dak Prescott. I'm waiting. I trust me. I want the film people to bring out the fact that what Derek Carr or David Carr, whatever his name is, used Carr down there in Raiders. Why is he better than Dak Prescott? Show me some film and show me some tape and some evidence. Nobody can bring up those type of facts because when Law Nation get out here, when I was talking these real deal Holyfield stuff, people don't want to listen. But I digress. Look, I'm going to tone it back just a little bit. But I'm going to say this right now. We don't have to worry about those button hooks. No. We don't have to worry about that old vertical yin-yang crazy stuff that's out there no more. And then on top of that, I'm going to say this too. I'm going to say this right now. Even if you look at this thing collectively, Ezekiel Elliott should be happy. Now we probably can go out there and find an offensive coordinator that's smart enough and wise enough to know how to utilize their running back. Because we look at Ezekiel Elliott off of his traits and his skills and I guess his knowledge of the game. Been a leading rusher for I can throw in the fact if Roger Goodell didn't put in all of his mess, we can throw in the fact that Ezekiel Elliott would have been 3-time running champion. But I digress. Look, it's one of those things whereas we're going to look at everything. And I was telling everyone that the last game that we just witnessed and the last game we just saw, Jared Goff didn't do nothing special. It was all scheme. C.J. Anderson didn't do nothing special. I would take Rod Smith over C.J. Anderson any day, every day, all day, even twice on Sunday and back it up and double it back up on Saturday. Rod Smith is a better running back than C.J. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, I presume. Oh, it's a happy day. We're going to be champagne popping, break out the Hennessy's. And the champagne, we're going to be crunk because now we got that part of the weight off our shoulder. Now we saying, okay, just bring in somebody that can add 2 + 2. You know what I mean? Who can understand and identify that there's an 8 and 9 man front. Don't just try to smash it off in there. Come on now. Moore, he might be gone too. Kellen Moore might be gone too. But this is the thing with Kellen Moore. He can be a subject matters expert. He can be a guy that craft up and what we call the guys out there, the scheme and schematics guy. He can be that guy, help Dak Prescott with throwing with anticipation. Yes, he can be that guy. But dog it, they better bring in a quarterback coordinator, coach, something like that can help out this young quarterback as well. They better do that. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. Yes, indeed. Janique, we appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Victor Medley. Yes. Now we can finally say, look, the talk track, because we already know Jason Garrett. If somebody hit me up in the chat box, I forgot their name. I wish I'd have brought it up, man, right then and there. But they said, really, if you just be honest with everything, if you can just really look at everything, name me one negative thing that Jason Garrett had to say anything about anyone. Okay. Name me one thing that Jason Garrett had to say negative about anyone or any player. So it's one of those things where I think that Jason Garrett outspoke his wisdom teeth. When he did that, when he got up there and said, okay, I support Scott Linehan. He's a great offensive coordinator. All we got to do is that old classic speech that he always do, right? Oh, man, let's go. Hey, for those who say, let's bring back Romo, come on, man. Romo is not coming back. Go ahead and get you a shovel, dig some dirt, dig enough dirt to create a hole and take all those thoughts that you got of Tony Romo coming back to be a coach, to be a coordinator, and just start throwing dirt on top of that. When he's in the broadcast booth, there's no win-loss record. So all he got to do is sit back and collect that check. And Candace Romo was going to be like, baby, I want you to be at the house when it comes to the following days. I don't want you to be out there on the road. You've been out there on the road long enough. Let's sit back. Let's enjoy our kids and raise our family. And then on top of that, let's collect this cheese. Because that's what they're doing. Cowboys X Factor, appreciate you. Yes, he said hi and goodbye to Scott Linehan. Best news I heard today. That's from Kyle. Yes, indeed. So, Virginia Finest, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So now it's back to the drawing boards. Now we got to look at everything and we got to dissect everything. Look at everything we can do in order to get our offense up to this millennium. Some people were saying that was 1965 plays just not going to work. 1975 plays not going to work. 1985 plays not going to work. 1995, because I always say live like 95, those plays not going to work. On my podcast earlier, I was talking about the brilliance and the structure in the tree of Bill Parcells and of Jimmy Johnson. And out of Bill Parcells' tree, you can shake that tree and Sean Payton can come out of there. You can shake that tree and Todd Bowles can come out of there. You can shake that tree, although Mike Zimmerman is not really a part of Bill Parcells, but you can still shake that tree and Zimmerman come out of there. Look, you can shake that tree and the guy that recently passed away, Sponzo, I forgot his name. That's what great coaches can do. You got people that grow from under you and elevate themselves. You can shake that tree and Todd Haley can come out of that tree. That's what great coaches do. They elevate not just the players that's on the team, they elevate their whole entire staff. They elevate everyone. You can shake Jimmy Johnson tree and you can see a whole bunch of a crew of coaches around in the NFL. But dog it, Jason Garrett been here for 10 years. You can shake that tree. You can shake it. You can shake it. You can shake it and nothing's going to fall out of there. So what we got to do collectively is we got to put people that's around Jason Garrett because Jerry Jones refused to fire his son. So at least right now, hopefully, Will McClay can go out there. If he can scout players, hopefully he can go out there and scout some coaches for us. We need that to happen, Cowboy Nation. In order to elevate this team, to bring this team to the level that we belong, we're going to have to do some soul searching. And at this point, to be honest with everybody that's in the nation at the sound of my voice, to be honest, I'm just going to have to say this. I'm just going to say I'm just going to be cool with Jason Garrett. As long as he's in the background and we got Chris Richard coaching up this defense, because he only been here for 1 year, and I hear a lot of people talking about, well, he laid an egg in the defensive side of the ball. But dog it, give me Chris Richard year 2. Give me a new philosophy as far as a offensive coordinator that can bring in his particular skill set. And we know for sure that Jason Garrett is going to empower him to do those things. And maybe he can just scoop up and grab the credit and he can just do this type of thing because he don't talk negative about anyone. And talk about that Italian sub that he ate one day at Subway and light a fire under people and give war stories and things like that. Yeah, he can do those things. Thinking of shaking trees, I was talking to my guy at work earlier today, and we was talking about this right here. The last great safety we done had on the Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not, was Darren Woodson. That's Jimmy Johnson player. That's how crazy this thing been. That's how long it's been since we had a guy that know how to identify talent and know how to pick up players. That was Jimmy Johnson guy. That was the last time we had a great safety to play on this particular team. DeMarcus Ware, although the tuner, Bill Parcells didn't want him. He wanted somebody else. I forgot his name. Y'all can educate me in the inbox right there or the chat box. But he dogged, he elevated DeMarcus Ware, though. He trained him up the best way he could. Gave him all type of scouting, gave him all type of reviews, gave him all type of tapes to say, hey, when I was coaching LT, this is what I did. Give me 3 players that Jason Garrett can go back on and say, okay, I developed this guy. Or this guy is from my tree as far as coaching. There's none. That's the reality of the thing. That is the nature of everything. And for 5 freaking years, a half of a decade, we had Scott Linehan on this offense. And when they were talking about, well, we're trying to develop this and we're trying to learn and study and bring up this and we making mistakes on this. You don't supposed to be doing this in year 5. I don't care if you had a rocky start with the quarterback not being healthy and on again, off again quarterback situation. This offense is supposed to be like this. At least, dog it, you're supposed to have your running plays together. Roy Williams, number 31. Yes, that's from Parcell Tree. He wasn't he was good at moments, man. Shout out to my guy, David Alexander the Great, for making a donation to help grow the nation. He said James Conley. He's the offensive coordinator and a quarterback coach at the University of Georgia. I like that Georgia quarterback too. That boy can throw. He can throw that fade route. That quarterback, I forgot his name, but that quarterback from Georgia, he can throw that rock. He was talking about the quarterback coach for University of Miami as well. Former, okay. I'm going to look him up. Cowboy Nation. Hey, this is the news that I wanted to hear. I'm very pleased of whoever pulled the trigger, whether it be Stephen Jones. I'm thinking, let's play a little game. Marcus Spears, yeah, those are all Parcells guys. Marcus Spears, yeah, all those guys are Parcells guys. Look, let's look at this right here. Let's predict who pulled the trigger. I want to know your thoughts on this. I really do. Do you guys think that this was Jerry Jones' decision or was this Stephen Jones' decision? We know it's not Jason Garrett's decision, but let me know. Put that down in the comment box below, and so we can go back and forth with that. Was this Jerry's decision or was this Stephen Jones? I love it. Yeah, so a lot of people saying Stephen Jones. That means Stephen Jones as the GM, or I mean as the guy that making the decisions and things like that. It's a lot better. He got less patience than Jerry. I think he do. I think he got less patience than Jerry. So with all that being said, I got to get back to business things. But I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, tell a friend, a neighbor, a foe, or a troll, however you want to do. Tell them about Law Nation. I'm live on iTunes. We're going to have this thing replayed and kicked back on Roku as well. Hey, hit me up on Instagram. DM me for other players that we need to take a look at as far as their skill set and their ability when we go pick that second round draft pick. Because I'm telling you right now that if we get a nasty another dog on defense, ooh, it's going to be nasty. And then, of course, I'm saying that right now, I'm just saying that right now. I'm pleased right now because now I can look forward to not seeing those same mundane, rudimentary, redundant, rhetorical plays. That's I don't know. I'm talking about rhetorical and a lecture content plays to call out there. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's roll on out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in, and shout out to those that's on the Periscope and as well as the Twitch. Appreciate you guys. And remember, you all are listening to nothing but the best. Salute.